Hello guys, today we will be doing addition of unlike fractions and we'll be using the butterfly method, and I guarantee you it will be as beautiful as this butterfly right here. But let us do a refresher on like fractions and unlike fractions. With like fractions, we already know they must have the same denominator, 4, 4, 4, yes. In all these fractions, the denominator, it's actually the same. However, with the unlike fractions, the denominators are always different, like 2, 3, and 4 in these fractions, alright? Let's take a closer look at some examples of unlike fractions. We are looking at some pizzas. I'm sure the circumference, they all look the same to you. However, the number of slices are different. With this one, it is showing 3/8. So 3 slices were already eaten. In this one, 2/3. 2 slices, oh my god, they are super huge. It must be Dad that ate those pizzas. In this one, it could be your friend's pizza, 3/5. They already had 3 slices. And this one is a little bit smaller in size. That's probably your sibling. They already had 2 slices. Now, let's take a look at the butterfly method. When you start, this is what it's gonna look like. But just to let you know, with the butterfly method, whether you are adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, you can only use 2 fractions. You can only use 2 fractions. If you were using 4, 5, 6, or 7 fractions, go right ahead and try another method. So let's start by drawing your butterfly. And no, it doesn't have to be perfect. No, you don't have to be an artist either. But of course, you can have your butterfly looking prettier than mine. Just ensure that you have enough space on your butterfly wing for your fractions, and in the butterfly's abdomen, enough space for your addition symbol. And right below, you will be writing your multiplication sign. Alright, let's start calculating. First, we'll be looking at our diagonal 1 and 5 numbers, or diagonal number 1 and 5. You might be wondering if we are going to add. No, we'll be multiplying, even though the plus sign is there. Even though we have our addition sign, we'll be multiplying 1 times 5. That will give us, that is correct, number 5. Because we know 1 times any number will give us back the same number. Let's go on to the other set of diagonal numbers, 4 and 2. 4 times the number 2 should give you number 8. Brilliant. Now, if you can mentally calculate these numbers, it's okay. You don't have to write them down. But if you want to just keep track, you can go right ahead and write them down. If not, it's going to look just like this, okay? Now let's move on to our denominators. We will be multiplying our denominator 4 times denominator 5. 4 times the number 5 should give you number 20. Wonderful! Go right ahead and put your equal sign, your 20 as the denominator, right below the fraction bar. And we know there can be no fraction without a numerator. And this is where our addition sign comes in. That's right, we will be adding 5 plus the number 8, and that should give you number 12. Right there we have our fraction 12 over 20, and that could be our answer. But we know that with fractions, our answer should be simplified as best as we can. So what number we can use to divide number 12 and number 20, the same number, without leaving a remainder? Let's go right over here and see the factors of 12 and the factors of 20. We want to use the highest common factor. That will give us the simplest form of fraction. So even though 1 is common, we don't want to use that because we'll get back the same fraction, and 2 is common. It will give us a simpler form of fraction, but it will not be the simplest form. So of course we want to use 4. It's common in both numbers, and it is the highest number that is common in both numbers. So let's go right ahead and say 4 into the number 12. That will give us 3. And 4 into the number 20, or 20 divided by 4 will give us 5. So at the end of the day, you should have 3/5 for your answer. And this is what your butterfly method would look like if you should use or write all your calculation down. However, if you don't want to do it and you want to make sure you do it all mentally, that's fine. This is what it would look like. But now you know how to do the butterfly method to add your fractions. You can go right ahead and try one of your own. And of course, once you do 1/3 plus 2/5, you can put your answer right in the comment section. Take your time and do it thorough and correct. Looking forward to see your answer.